Alright, so amongst the Grogatization, otherwise known as, well, my friends call me Grovenberg, but I'm responding to the Jeff Bethke video of why I hate religion but love Jesus, and to the Jefferson Bethke is wrong video. Um, like technically, religion, in my point of view, technically, on a technicality, it is real and it's not real. See, saying religion is real is like two separate groups of people saying that UFOs are real, or you know this is real or that's real. There's always going to be some people who agree and some people who don't agree. There's going to be some people that hate this or like that. It's like one group of people liking chocolate and another group of people liking vanilla. Not everybody's going to like the same thing nor believe in the same thing. Now, while the definition, you know, of believing believing in religion or whatever is to believe in a person with superhuman abilities or whatever, something like that. I don't know. I'm not, a huge religion buff or not like that. Yes, I've been baptized, Hudson Falls, New York, when I was about 13 or 14, something like that. But what I do believe is that just because Jesus is up there watching all of us, cleansing our sins, forgiving us, the fact of the matter is that whether he's up there or not, he is and was a person just like us. So the fact that you could argue the fact that he's, you know, superhuman, mystical being or whatnot, he was still a man before he was a god or a religion. Um, the true meaning of religion. Uh, this is what I'm going to read to you. Religion is a fundamental set of beliefs and practices generally agreed upon by a group of people, which doesn't always happen because you're not going to find a group of people who's always going to agree on the same thing. These set of beliefs and concerns cause nature and the purpose of the universe and involve devotional and ritual observances. They also often contain a moral code governing the conduct of human affairs. Now, this is the definition and meaning of religion altogether, not religion of one specific person like Buddha or, you know, God or Jesus or believing in karma or whatever. This is religion altogether. Ever since the world began, man has demonstrated a natural inclin- inclination towards faith and worship of anything he considered superior or difficult to understand. His religion consisted of trying to appease and get favors from supreme being, the supreme being he feared. This resulted in performing rituals, some of them barbaric, and keeping traditions or laws to earn goodness and or everlasting life. So believing in some nature, some religions or whatnot, or some gods, you can either believe in, say, you can be a devil worshiper. Ooh, it's, I mean, you can read it in the newspaper. There's been ritualistic killings over and over and over again for I don't know how many hundreds of years or whatever. Okay, it happens then. It happens now. Not as much, but still, it does. Whether it be an actual person or somebody pulling bullshit with a chicken, it's the same thing. Um, all right, Christianity. Christianity has always stressed a personal relationship with God as the touchstone of religion. When God created Adam and Eve, he walked with them in the Garden of Eden in the cool of the day and enjoyed their fellowship. Religion was and still is a close, personal, and satisfying relationship with the Creator, God. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of the comedian. I'm pretty sure he's dead now. His name is George Carlin. He did a spoof about religion and how it's supposedly the biggest bullshit story of them all. Because why would he believe in something that, why believe in something that you can't see or that is in a book? There's no, like well over 2,000 years ago. You know, not it's like going to court with a he said she said, kind of facts. You can believe it and you can't believe it. It's a technicality. Um, you can still hate religion because all religion is a set of beliefs and laws. Jesus is a person. Now, the way I see it, loving Jesus and hating religion is like saying, I love you. You can say I love you to as many people as you want. You can only be in love with one person. I don't know if that makes sense or if any of this will make sense. But I believe Jefferson Bethke, had a point, and I believe that point needed to be made. Um, Down through the ages, men have devoted their entire life to enjoying this personal relationship with God, who loves the fellowship of human beings. Abraham was called the friend of God in 2 Chronicles 27, and James 2:23, Genesis 18:17. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do?" Exodus 33:11 says, "The Lord would speak to Moses face to face, as a man speaks to his friend." David is called a man after God's own heart in 1 Samuel, you know, 1 Samuel 13:14, and Acts 13:22. The list is endless. Um, Blaise Pascal, French mathematician, philosopher, and physicist. I believe he was. I remember this. I remember doing this in history. 1623 to 1662 or 64, something like that. But he said, uh, there's a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man, which cannot be filled by any creating thing, but only by God, the Creator, made known through Jesus. All right, back to this. Christianity is more than a relationship or a religion. It is a relationship with Jesus Christ. John 15:9 says, "As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you." Now continue in my love. John 15:15, I called you friends. I have called you friends. John 17:24, Father, I want those you have given me to be with me where I am. Okay, right there. John 15:9 says, As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. So you can hate religion and love God. They're not the same thing. Um, Religion is totally different from Jesus. Jesus is the reason for religion, along with God. But, you know, there's never ever really a true definition to anything. Ever. Everybody's always going to have their own definition of whatever. Um, Jesus, alright, I'll read this. This is the last thing I'm going to read, and then I'm done with this video. You guys can either uh, like it, hate it, view it, you respond with whatever. But this is just who I am. If I believe in something, then and I believe somebody's right, then obviously I'm going to say something. I'm not going to, I'm not going to not say nothing. But it says Jesus summarized the true meaning of religion in Matthew 20, 22:37. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. Love your neighbor as yourself. No. Think about that and read that very carefully. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. Love your neighbor as yourself, which means you could love somebody, some random person on the road, the same way that you look at yourself, the same way you love yourself. Which means, if you don't like if you don't like yourself, you don't have to like the person. Why would you like somebody else if you don't even like yourself? Or why, if you like yourself, then, you know, you don't have to, but it says, you can love God with all your heart and all your soul. It doesn't say anything about if you don't love God or you have to love religion and God, or if you don't love God, you'll burn in hell. Nothing like that. Okay, it makes no sense to um, argue the fact of what is and what isn't, or what has or what hasn't been. There's no real, uh, there's no real exception for anything. Um, Exception and realizing is based on two different things. You have to want to accept something, accept the fact that it is or isn't, and realization is that you can realize that you're either wrong or right, or you can realize that there are two different things, or it's all one thing. But I think that, you know, yes, religion does do good. It does good all over the world because, Christians and whatever are, usually the first to show up if like a disaster hits or help out. But you don't have to have, any kind of special education to know what God is or to know about anything. As long as you believe or you at least have some knowledge, or you can do the smart thing and look it up. Think of YouTube as school, okay? Making a video is like homework, or a history report. Before you actually do it, go and look up the subject that you're going to do. Make sure that you have all the facts right. No, I'm not saying I'm right. There could be a million things wrong, or, that things that just don't make sense at all in my video. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, down here, there's a comment thing. Over here, there's a like or dislike button. You know, it's that simple. But like I said, religion is many different things. But there's only one way to put this. Um, okay, everybody loses somebody that they love. Like everybody's parents die. Everybody goes through the same exact thing. But everybody has a different reaction to it. Everybody's not going to have the same one reaction. Therefore, when it comes to religion or anything, not every one person is going to believe the same thing. Religion and any kind of thought itself, thought and, you know, thought and imagination itself is in here. It's not in a book. It's not in a computer. It's not in a website. It's in your mind. It's about what you think, what you believe in, what your true definition is up here. It's not about what, a priest says who has been, there could be a priest out there who's 54 years old, and there could be a priest out there who's, 70 something and has been, been into religion way more than this other person has. And the younger person could still be right about 10 things on a list more than what this other person could. There's never going to be a true meaning of anything, but, you know, yeah, I read that, Jesus defined the true meaning of religion as this, and blah, 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 and what the true meaning of religion is, period. But there's, everybody has their own definition of what is and what isn't. So on a technicality, there is no real There's no real law or fact of religion that states you have to love religion and God and Jesus. You can hate religion for some of its laws, like Jesus is supposed to love you no matter what. But yet, if you tattoo your body or you know, you deform your body, that's a sin. Um, Swearing is supposed to be a sin, I guess.